bitch.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today I'm going to try something new and start doing Versus series, where I put two fictional characters against each other and see who comes out on the top. My first two picks are going to be Karolina and Nico Minoru. But before I start, I need to preference that I am only going to focus on their comic book counterparts and not their TV adaptations. Now Karolina and Nico, they both hail from the same comic, Brian K. Vaughan's Runaways, and their whole stick is that they and four of the kids find out their parents are supervillains and have been sacrificing kids for elder gods named the Gaborum. And upon finding this out, they try many different plans and ideas to take them down. And while planning some of these ideas, they discover their powers and abilities, which of course we're going to get into. So Karolina Dean, she's Magistani in descent, causing her true form to be bioluminescent, meaning her skin and hair emits rainbow color lights. Now with her alien physiology, she's awarded an array of different powers and abilities than just glowing skin, with her main prominent power being solar energy manipulation. And with this, she's able to absorb solar radiation and convert it into energy, which she can manipulate for various uses. Some examples being one shooting a member of the wrecking crew, blasting and knocking out a sorcerer with a laser blast, shooting a super scroll through a tree. She then incinerates a gigantic bird robot, destroys a drinks warrior, sends two people flying, blasted Flag Smasher who was covered with a metal exoskeleton. She melted a garage door, blows up the front of a store. She's able to release an enormous amount of energy, once when creating a signal and once to stop a supposed villain named Ashley. Then she created a blinding flash of light, and finally, she was able to ward off a crowd of zombies by radiating light. So needless to say, Karolina's energy blasts are very powerful and can cause some serious damage. Now her strength. Now Karolina's strength level is nothing really special. It's very average, it's nothing on Sentry or Hulk's level, but to me, she has a few good moments. Like when the Runaways was going up against their parents, Karolina punched and knocked out her mother. Then in two instances, she was able to carry a grown woman while flying, and in another instance, she was able to carry two girls. But while her strength is average, she makes up for it in durability. Her durability is very impressive, and it comes from her force fields. She can control projected energy, forming defensive and protective shields. Like when she was able to hold and protect her family from a collapsing mansion, shielded them from a large explosion, put up a shield fast enough to block bullets, blocks automatic gunfire. She's even able to create tendrils from her shields, like when she restrained and threw down a mutated Chase Stein. She even formed a bubble around a falling woman and lifted her to safety. And finally, with Karolina and Zavin combining their shields together, they were able to protect a crowd of people from a bomb. So you see, she's very durable when using her shields, but I'm not done because I do have to talk about her flight. And like her strength, she doesn't really have any impressive feats when it comes to her flight, except when she moves fast enough to steal a staff from someone before he and his followers could react. And that's pretty much about it for Karolina. She might not be high profile, but I think she's very powerful in her own right and could put up a good fight. Now we're on to Nico, the daughter of two dark wizards, which makes her a natural-born witch. And while she has a natural connection to magic, her main source of using magic is her family heirloom, the Staff of One, which is a mystical staff that uses blood magic to work. Nico can cast spells by invoking painful memories, thinking of an effect, and giving her spells a name. Nico's spells can affect the elements air, earth, water, and fire, time and or space, matter and energy, light, the biological process, the mental process, and many, many more things. So basically, the staff allows Nico to do virtually anything she wishes. Now there are some downsides. She can do anything except bring back the dead, and she can only do a spell once unless she rewords it or says it in a different language. But it has to be said that the staff itself made Dormammu tremble, so Nico has the potential to be really powerful. And now that I'm done with that, I can tell you about Nico's many impressive feats. Now Nico's section is going to be different from Karolina's, being that I listed Karolina's powers and gave examples. Since Nico is very spell-based, I'm going to focus on them. First, starting with her first spell, where she froze a woman in place. She then created smoke to escape the police, teleported away from someone, summoned mud to project at Karolina, bursted spray cans, caused the mansion to be destroyed, created a waterproof bubble to travel underwater, made 2 people float in the air, freed a crowd of people of mind control. She then deconstructed a person into meat slices, made someone's powers insulated inside themselves, turned her and her teammates invisible, encased Ultron in a diamond prison, summoned a cloud of acid rain to destroy a monster, and turned a dinosaur into a dog. Now I know those spells were like appetizers, so it's time for the bigger spells. Nico was able to defeat Spider-Man by throwing hellfire at him, then using a spell to knock him out. Created an astral projection that fooled Emma Frost. She froze an entire room, stopping the Runaways and Young Avengers. She made the sun rise on multiple occasions, killed someone by bringing forth the Grim Reaper, stole the powers and almost killed A-Force, but was luckily fast enough to save them, made a Thor unworthy, caused the antimatter being to become a maid, resurrected herself from the dead, flooded New York in 1907, and finally, with a series of spells, she defeated a powerful witch, Marie Laveau. Now, I couldn't list all of Nico's spells, or we'd be here all day, but trust me, there's a lot more. But hopefully this helps you see how Nico's magic is like wishing for something. And for her, 9 out of 10 times, it comes true. All she has to do is say it. So let's see who comes out on top. In one corner we have Karolina, a Magistanian who's very proficient in controlling and manipulating solar energy. And in another corner, we have Nico, who's a witch and uses magic to warp reality to her liking. And while she might not be a master of her magic, she can still cause some huge damage. So the winner to me is obviously Nico Minoru. Her abilities and potential is just too great. She could end the fight between Karolina by just saying, "I want this fight to end in 1 second," or she could strip Karolina of her powers. It would be that easy for her, and Karolina wouldn't have any defense against it. But tell me, do you agree with this choice, or did you see a different outcome in the comments below? Make sure to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this.